Let's talk Last of Us 2.
Watch your backs.
Now, a game they ended the conference on was with Last of Us 2 was something I didn't expect at all from the Paris Games Week event.
Ooh.
Just because I really did think, like when they showed it last year, PSX, that it was like, this is just to show this game exists. Don't worry about it. It'll happen eventually. There's no priority. And on it, even now, after seeing like how cool the trailer was and like the effort they put into it, I'm still like, it could just be a snippet of what they can show right now, but the game's still nowhere done. So I wouldn't like hold out for it to be anytime soon. I think it's more like maybe even pressure from people from E3 saying, "Where's Last of Us 2? I want to see more Last of Us 2." And
Where's
like,
it?
Here's more Last of Us 2.
Okay, here it is. We got it.
Yeah,
Are you happy?
and oh boy, they like go even more gritty and more serious and more hardcore than Last of Us.
Oh, you can see the tone they're trying to take with this game, and they are not holding back.
Yeah. Like, the tone was pretty full-on in the first one, but this one's, like, brutal. Like, really brutal in what they
it's even
showed.
sometimes hard to watch at points.
Yeah, it was very gory. It's like, just get straight into it, like, when they first show it, I think this is an inherent problem with, like, Days Gone as well. It's like, is this Last of Us or is this Days Gone? Like, when they open it. It was like, the graphics thing started giving away. Yeah, as it grew, I'm like, this is Last because the graphics are too good. But initially, it's like, yeah, they do look too similar. I think that's is a problem that Sony's having with those two series. It's like,
yeah, that's why they're not. That's why they probably didn't show it this one, because they're going to show Last of Us, and like if we showed that one, people think it looks the same. It's not. Well,
yeah,
not the same. But you can tell Last of Us 2 is a bigger budget.
Oh yeah. It's not. I don't even know if it's that as so much as Naughty Dog is a freaking impressive team.
Oh yeah, Naughty Dog can make a game. They can make a game,
and it just freaking looks freaking crazy good. But yeah, the opening moments, dragging this body through the mud. It's not clearly it's not clear that it's The Last of Us, but it's like it's got the same vibes kind of as Last of Us, just like more gritty, more intense.
It's like you had a hunch, but you weren't really sure, and then eventually you figure it out.
Yeah, and then they reveal this new character, which the Last of Us team, Naughty Dog, ultimately are not talking about who it is. Like that's the only one. Like we're not saying who it is. We say it's a 4-letter character. Everyone's speculating that it's Anna, which is Ellie's mother, which is possible, but I don't know, because why would they in a trailer reveal the fact that they're doing time jumps and they're like going back to the past? And
but I think they could have been just to throw you off the fact it's Last of Us, because last time they showed off, like it was subtle last time. It was like a Firefly emblem on a sign.
Yeah, it was instant though. Like that's Firefly, that's Last of Us. Like it was like in the first 2 seconds.
And this one, you didn't really.
It was as it built up, you're like, this feels like Last of Us, but you're still kind of guessing, like, is this something else? But it's like, it's not entirely clear. It's not until the very last shot we're like, oh yeah, it's Last of Us. Like, there's no question. But this new character, which hasn't got a name, I can see that she does look similar to Ellie, so I'm like,
she does. She's got that vibe. It's like, and they're not. I don't know. I'm just
trying to think. I'm like, is it a misdirection though? Because like, there's just so many hints. Like, people saying like, oh yeah, They hang her up, and then basically they're trying to like cut her stomach open. And like, oh, that's because she's pregnant. And I'm like, yeah, but at the same time, there's like 3 other bodies who are hanging up with their guts to cut out. It could just be what these people are about.
Part of the ceremony of just like, we hang and cut. Yeah, it's not just one or the other. We like to do a bit of both.
Yeah, exactly. And this other character shows up who later they describe the game names to everyone. So the big antagonist of the trailer is Emily. That's her name. Who dies in this trailer. So don't expect much from her in the game.
Not a true villain.
Yeah, she was villainous, but she also died in a 5-minute trailer, so we don't know how much she fits in. But I think she sets the scene of what potentially direction they're going with this, and that is, for me, it's getting a very much of a cult-type vibe, where every character they show, with the exception of the unknown character, who is voiced by Laura Bailey, by the way, which is just tell. Straight away you can tell it's Laura Bailey, and secondly, it's like Naughty Dog just loves putting Laura Bailey in all their games now. In fact, she's pretty popular in general, but it's just Naughty Dog.
She's
put
in
Laura Bailey
everything.
Yeah, she's in a lot. But with the exception of her, all the other characters have these big scars, like Joker scars going up their mouth, which already rings true of a cult. Like, it's clearly some kind of, like, you need this insignia or whatever.
Yeah, to join our little friendship group. And the fact they keep calling anyone who isn't part of them like an apostate.
Apostate, yeah, exactly. And the religious, like, symbolism of her dialogue, where this character, Yara, shows up to, like, basically, like, I think tells her to stop what she's doing, and then she's, is that what she does? I can't remember if she's trying to stop, but she shows up for some reason. She's like straight up, oh, clip the wings, which is kind of a religious angle to begin with, and they clip the wings in a very hardcore fashion, get a hammer to it, and just straight up break her arm with a hammer. It's full on misery.
And since the game looks so good in this cinematic, it's actually hard to watch because they're really blurring the line between proper movies and this, because that made me feel uncomfortable. It's like, this looks like it really hurts, because now we're starting to see that the graphics are getting so good that we can visualize them as being real.
And that's what I want. The best thing about in any experience ever is I want to feel things. I don't want it to be like, it's just another thing. It's like, I'm like, oh shit, feel attached to these characters just because of the realism of what's happening right now. It feels, I see the graphics, the motion capture, everything about it. It's just like, I know nothing about these characters, but already I'm feeling for the anguish they're going through in the scene, which is honestly, once again, an applaud to Naughty Dog, how good they are as a developer. It's impressive.
Full stop. As well as writing and all that, they know what they're doing, and it shows. That's why they're one of the best developers. It's you can just see it.
Yeah, and so this is other character who shows up called Lev, is what they've called him, and he's straight up typical bow stuff. Everyone's got bows these days.
Except the thing I found funny was he just walked past Laura Bailey's character who's getting hung. It's ooh.
But that's the thing, is it clearly sets them apart, where I can't remember his exact lines, but it's pretty much along the lines of oh, she's not us, she's not important, we just leave her to die, and she's we should save her, the other character who at this point straight up broken arm. And by the way they kill Emily is very full on. It's not it's not cutaway either. It's straight up boom, hammer to the head. You see her face, she's her head's caved in. It's Jesus Christ, this is some full on shit. They're not cutting away from anything. Yeah, it's really setting a scene for direction Last of Us I expect is going, and they really want to give you that realism and emotional weight of the events that happen.
Which the original already had, but now they're going let's see if we can make this even worse.
Yeah, we're not going to cut away. We're going to show you what happens. It's not typical fluff stuff where it's oh yeah, she takes an axe to her head and she just kind of falls over and dies. No, if you take an axe to her head, it's pretty violent.
No, you're gonna see it.
And it sets you the levity of the characters. You see Yara and you don't expect next thing she's gonna suddenly take a hammer to someone's head. And it's oh, she's taking a hammer to someone's head.
Yep.
So it's violent. And then of course, to conclude the trial, once they actually do cut down Laura Bailey's character from a hanging tree, by the way, with a noose around her neck. A long time to hang from a noose, but
she's pretty good at it. She held her breath, and
she's ripped, by the way. That character's super muscly.
Oh yeah, it's so tough.
Yeah. But clicker show up at the very last second, and you're oh, okay, yep, it's Last of Us.
Yeah, okay. And why are you saying that? But yeah, go.
And very classy move as well. Naughty Dog. No Naughty Dog title. I'm you know who we are. All he needs the paw print. That's enough. Yeah, it's that's basically what they are now. It's yep, we don't need to put Naughty Dog in our names anymore.
We're that guys. We're that good. It's just at the end of that trailer with all the clickers running, you're in the game, you want to run. You do not want to fight them.
Yeah, it is a really good trailer. It asks questions. It sets the scene for what Last of Us direction it's most likely taking.
Yeah, it just shows you straight up confronting violence. It's just this is what this is. This is what it will be. We're not holding back.
I'm very curious about how the timeline on this though. Is this just E3 people are negative because there was a Last of Us shown, so we felt compelled to show it now, even though the timeline on this is probably 2019, 2020 or something.
It's not next year. Let's just say that much.
Yeah, it's not next year exactly. It's a while off. But not that we really need to say you're looking forward to it, considering how excellent Last of Us 1 was.
Oh yeah.
You pretty much and Naughty Dog's and just track record period. It's it's going to be good, but this trailer doesn't help or stop that idea. It's yep, look forward to Last of Us because it's going to be excellent.
Yep, it's going to be good. This is the long wait is ahead of us.
So hopefully you've enjoyed listening to our kind of spiel on Last of Us. If so, please like and subscribe, or give us feedback on our videos, help us build this channel. And thanks for listening.